Good morning, anyone. Welcome. This is Polaris Media Police Crime Report. I am Christopher Wood. I am a 6-year revenge, retaliation, slave traffic, torture victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. I have been seriously brain injured, serious skull splitting, lung and kidney damages, medical file falsifications, treatment refusals, false arrest refusals, kidnapping, sex assaults, brain splitting, serious skull deforming, 100% full identity theft has been done to me. Ontario Provincial Police, human traffickers, sex slave traffickers, identity thefts and frauds, murders and cover-ups. Ex-chief or commander had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street, August 6, 2019. He is a human trafficker, sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of first-degree premeditated attempted murder. Staff Sergeants, years 2019-2021. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. And Shelley Hafner. Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, and Christine Schultz. Organized trafficking, very serious criminal doctors who are involved, medical treatment refusals, discriminations, file falsifications, and blacklisting, assuring crimes against their victims. Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic, she also goes by Dr. Margie V. She is guilty of first-degree premeditated attempted homicide with the intent to commit and cover up through the file falsifications. She is guilty of 6 years torture crimes against me too, assuring that I get no help. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Covey Duck, and patient relations are all criminally involved, including having me falsely charged twice to prevent anything legal on them for what they are guilty of. Accomplices, co-offenders who are guilty of brain injury me, my identity theft, torture crimes, my mother stalked, tortured, and killed, and 2 of my dogs. A guy known as Bill Woldridge. He lives at 149 Center Street North, bald, glasses, approximately 65 years old. He also is possibly an escaped inmate, Stephen Maven. Blair Hardy Kane, alleged O.p.p. supervisor. He is a meth trafficker. He is identity thief. He is highly obsessed homosexual, and he is guilty of first-degree attempted murder. He is a possible serial killing cop. Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler Lake, Bert Hustler, Robert Berry, Raymond LeBlanc. Harry Hartwick is my cousin, Dale Hartwick, my cousin, and Tony Hearns. There is others involved as well that are human traffickers, sex slave traffickers, guilty involved in threats, intimidations, stabbings, beatings, and having other family members shot. If I say who it is, I am under death threats, forcible confinement, beating threats as well. So to the people or to the person involved, this is finished, and I can 100% prove your guilt in your crimes against me. And one way or another, regardless of the threats, I am going to start the process of charging police and others, and I am also going to start the process of lawsuits. By next Friday, it's all going to be done. I am going to get to Belleville or somewhere. I am going to get to the Superior Court, and I am going to start the paperwork for lawsuits. And that includes everybody involved, regardless of the threats against me, regardless of the threats against my family. I am not going to be forcibly confined and coerced into keeping my mouth shut so I can be tortured, so I can be completely, totally deformed, seriously injured, and killed without any help. Not going to happen. If you fucking dummies think I am going to shut up about what's happening to me to be killed, not happening. So your little threats are done. Each and every one of these people are involved. They're O.p.p, human traffickers, they're drug traffickers, they're all sex offenders, highly obsessed homosexuals, completely and totally splitting my skull, completely and totally fucking my brain, excuse my language, and seriously injuring me and completely and totally deforming me. All for revenge retaliation for me speaking of O.p.p, human trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, and possible money laundering out of a place called the Morning Star Mission. As a result, August 6, 2019, I was shot by ex-O.p.p chief or commander on the corner of Bridge and Center Street at the stoplights. I have been sex assaulted, arrest refusals, false arrest, extortion, kidnapping, putting prisoner tracking into me, blood and piss forcing through police, extortion of $22,000 to have anybody arrested, other threats through other cops as well who are involved. So this is very organized. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled families are murdered and missing regardless of who you are. It is police involved crimes. I have proof of trying to get arrested and charging. I have proof of all the crimes that have been done to me, including the 100% full physical identity theft, splitting my skull completely and totally, numbing me to the point where, in hopes I forget about this, so it all goes away and everybody gets away with what they've gotten away with against me. I am not going to be turned into a vegetable. I am not going to go through any more fucking changes that have been done to me. Excuse my language again. I am not going to be threatened. I am not going to be intimidated. And I'm certainly not going to be coerced into keeping my mouth shut so I can be tortured and everybody can get away with this. Not happening. So public beware. My human rights, my legal rights, and my medical rights have been taken from me. This whole side of my face is completely and totally gone. I have absolutely no feeling. I get urine and feces that go through my head and my face on a daily basis. I have Pegasus police software being used on my computer and on my phone for hacking as well, for my camera, my pictures, and pretty much my entire iOS, blocking out everything because this involves very serious crimes from the police and others, including the torturing and murdering of a 77-year-old woman, my mother, December 20th, 2020, and the torture killing of my two dogs. One way or another, this ends. Because I cannot get to a hospital because I have no legal rights, no medical rights, and I cannot go to a hospital. If anything more happens to me, all those named are guilty of first-degree murder, and there is evidence of others involved too, and they are very 100% guilty. This is Napanee, an area that this is taking place in. Be safe, everybody. I'll be back on later. This is done. Congratulations to Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, ex-chief or commander, Staff Sergeant Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward, Stacy, mental health worker, and Shelley Hafner, Christine Schultz. Robert Kane 7224, Spencer Mills 14716. Congratulations on the crimes that you have gotten away with committed against me and fully have gotten away with for the past 6 years. Whether you have transferred to avoid arrest, charging, or lawsuits, plus the time buying, the cover ups, and more to assure that you get away with this. You are guilty of ending the Wood bloodline by doing this to me. No criminal record or history. Had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years, and no psychological record or history, and no drugs either. 100% criminal against me. Everything has been done to try to prevent me help. Everything has been done to try to prevent me proof, including medically, internally, because of what I was shot with. Invasive internal electric shocking, completely and totally splitting my skull into different sections with 100% proof. I now have holes in the back of my head as well, and tubes, and what feels like a balloon inside my skull around my temple area that restricts so bad that the sides of my head will cave in and turn black and blue from the restrictions of my skull. Damage is done, time's bought. I hope you're happy with what you've done to me, what you've accomplished, and what you are about to get away with, knowing that you are guilty of murdering innocent people, completely and totally changing their identity, completely and totally brain injuring them, torture, forced slavery, forced sex assaults, and everything that is done to me. There is nothing I can do about it. So, public beware. I end up dead, and everybody gets away with this because it's police involved.